that would help a person become more effective in that area. So you gotta have a positive attitude, okay? That's good. You gotta make a commitment, okay?
Team player.
Being a team player, okay? All right, anybody else? Yeah.
Incentive.
Intensive.
Incentive.
Incentive, that's good. I like that. Yeah, incentives do help. Yeah, say it again.
And be a good listener.
Be a good listener. Yeah. Others trying to hear what they're saying. Yeah. There's a couple other things I want us to think about when it comes to work ethic too. More on a personal level, when you develop a good work ethic, that makes you valuable as an employee. I mean, companies long for employees to have a good work ethic. So one thing I want you to think about, one of the reasons why it's important to consider it as something I need a desire to do, because there's a lot of personal benefits to me. There's personal financial benefits. I have a cousin named Courtney who went from line person doing assembly to running the entire company in 4 years. He was the only one on that job that did not have a college degree. And the reason why the owner of that company made him second in command, he said, because of his work ethic. He showed up to work on time every day. He never complained. Whatever the boss asked him to do, he did it. He didn't consider any work extra work. Like if he said, could you help over here because you kind of got your stuff wired. Can you go help Sandy over there? Absolutely, sir. And every time a promotion would come up, he promoted him. Next promotion, promoted him. And then finally he was the manager. And then one of the second in command left, he walked to him and said, this is a big one. He said, but I think you can handle it. And he promoted him to that position. And this guy who didn't make it to college ended up with an income of about $150,000 because of his work ethic. When we talk about career success too, this habits thing is huge. It really is. It's huge. I like this quote. If you don't, may want to write it down. Motivations get you started. Habit keeps you going. It really does. I always say this. Motivation is the fuel, but strategy is the vehicle. It's one thing. They need each other. You know what I mean? Like, people talk about motivational speakers. Some people are like, I hate to say it, but they're like kind of motivational speaker junkies. They just want to go from one motivational speaker to the next. And I tell people, I said, ultimately, this is important. The goal has to become the motivation. Like, it can't just be having somebody continually motivated. Like, at some point, I got to say, achievement of this goal is what's inspiring me. And I'm going to go after it. So motivation gets you started. That's what I do. I motivate people a lot. But then I do the second part, too. I give you strategies. Habit is what gets you there. All right? So we want to develop good habits. Why is that? And I think you got this sheet here. Habits carve out neurological pathways. I think that's on one of these pages. Page 12? Okay. Sorry, I should know my module. But thank you. There you go. Right there. Page 12. Habits carve out neurological pathways. All right? Habits impact the way we operate. They really do. Good or bad. Page 12, for those of you who want to write it down. All right? And habits often cause us to rationalize our behavior. Now, this one is dangerous because sometimes if we're doing things that we know that are not productive and it's a habit, we can justify it. And we don't want to we don't want to justify what I call irrational. We don't want to make rational behavior out of irrational behavior.